Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Just coming back with another episode of Ohio Jawbreaker. In this episode, it's part 2 of testing the regulator buzzbait. Here's the regulator buzzbait. I'm going to show you how to do the modifications and show you how I do it and what I do to it. Just want to tell you that if you could go over to Instagram and check out Regulator Bait Company. It's a pretty good company. They have buzzbaits, jigs, soft plastics, custom painted crankbaits, and other hard baits. So with that saying, let's get to it. Okay, the first couple things you're going to need is a pair of pliers. Actually, I got 2 pair of pliers. These are round bends. These are to make bends on the wire. Then you're going to need a 5/32 drill bit, and then I have a spare blade that's got the holes in it I like. And I'll show you the other little things on here that this one has that I'm going to do to the other one. And then you'll need a drill. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is, if you see here, you see the angle of the arm right here. I like for that angle to be straight with the bait. That's here and here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take and bend this blade, or this arm, back down towards the head of the bait. That way this is parallel with this. And the reason I do that is because I keep this, that way this blade stays on top more, and then this skirt and everything stays on top. Instead of hanging way down here, this bait stays more parallel. It stays more closer to the top of the water. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Bend that out. Get the blade off. Wire's kind of stout. So there's that. Here's the blade. And then there's the little bead. Now if you see on, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but if you look on here, this bend that where it goes through the hole of the wire, it's not actually straight. It's cocked out just a little bit right here. And then this one's the same way, it's cocked out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to bend them straight. So just take your pliers and get those straight as possible. So yeah, now that's straight. And what that does is, with this piece, it goes right up against it and it rubs all the way around it. That makes more noise. That's what we're kind of trying to do, is make more noise with this buzzbait. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my blade that I like, and then I'm going to take and drill these 4 holes through this one. Now what you want to do is make sure you get it all lined up, and then hold it with the pliers. Squeeze it real tight, and then we're going to drill these holes. And we're going to drill the next one. Should have a clamp or a vise, but I don't have one here. And now what that's going to do is going to make more noise when it goes through the water. So there's my 4 holes. Okay, then all we got to do is put the bead back on. If I can see it. And then we have the blade, which we drilled the holes. We made sure these pieces are straight now instead of kicked at an angle. So we'll put that back on. And then we'll put this piece back on. And then we need to bend this back down. I like bending that straight down if you can get it. Bend that piece straight down as much as possible. So we might want to come in here with these and bend that thing straight down. And then on this piece, you see how this piece here, it spins? I don't like that. I want that to stay stationary. So what I'm going to do is clamp that down. I don't know if I can do it with these pliers. I don't want that to move. All I want to do is, all I want is the blade to move. And that's going to rub up against that. That with them pieces that we bent straight, now this thing runs a lot easier on that wire. There's no restriction to it. And then sometimes, if you see, I'll take this and make this blade hit on this wire. So all you gotta do that is just bend this wire a little bit more. And that'll give it another noise, another sound. Bend it too much. You just want it barely hitting it. There, it's just barely nicking it. And then that's all I do with my modifications to each buzzbait. Now I'll do, when I want to run a frog on it, which I'll show you those modifications I do, I obviously take the skirt off, and I got a wire keeper I fasten to these, and then I put my frog on. Actually it's a toad, a horny toad. So if you got any comments, comment down below. I will answer any questions. If you could, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, Jawbreaker.